There are no random echoes in the chambers of the soul. If this person has been occupying your thoughts, even in the stillness of midnight or the quiet moments of your morning coffee, it's because something deep within has been stirred. The angels say, you were placed in this person's path not to be forgotten, but to be remembered as a revelation. There's a sacred purpose intertwined with your existence. You weren't sent into this person's life to be a transient emotion. You were the invitation, subtle and divine, for their transformation. They didn't recognize it at first. Most don't. But heaven sees what we cannot. This person. They were confident in who they believed they were. Until you came along. You didn't just pass by. You reflected a truth they didn't realize they were hiding from. And that truth had your name wrapped in light. Now they're evolving. Not out of coercion, but because your energy awakened something ancient within them. Your presence was not mere decoration. It was a divine intervention. This person has begun to ask questions they never dared to voice. Why you? Why now? Why does the thought of you keep resurfacing like an unending tide? Because the soul remembers what the mind resists. They are not who they once were. And they cannot revert to who they were before you. Because angels don't permit backward steps when the path is written in sacred ink. Before I formed you in the womb I knew you, before you were born I set you apart. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. You are not imagining this. You are remembering what your soul already knew. And now, they're starting to remember too. They want to love you. But the door they guard has rusted locks and old promises nailed shut. This person wasn't taught how to handle something pure. They learned love through scarcity, not spirit. So when your energy intertwined with theirs, without demands, without facades, it didn't feel safe. It felt unfamiliar. The angels say, they run not from you, but from the mirror your light holds up. They have walked through heartbreak as if it were home. They've mistaken silence for peace and disconnection for control. So this feeling, what they carry for you, is too soft, too raw. It threatens the walls they built not to keep others out, but to protect the parts of themselves they never wanted anyone to see. You are a revelation. And revelations break illusions. When you came into their world, something shifted. They tried to name it curiosity, then dismissed it as timing. But their spirit, it trembled. Because for the first time in years, someone saw them. Not for who they pretend to be, but for who they are beneath the wounds. Do you feel them pulling away? It's not because they don't care. It's because they care so much, they're terrified. Terrified that if they open the door, you might leave. Or worse, stay, and discover the parts they think are unlovable. But the angels want you to hear this. Your compassion has already started the healing. Even their silence is laced with your presence. They are not rejecting you. They are confronting every voice that once told them love was danger. And your soul is teaching them, wordlessly, that love can be sacred. That love can be safe. That love, real love, does not break. They just never believed someone like you was real. Until now. You've poured light into places still drenched in shadow. You've stayed soft while being misunderstood. And in this sacred pause, the angels whisper, don't forget yourself while waiting for someone to remember you. Love that heals does not ask you to go empty. And this connection, divine as it may be, was never meant to cost you your glow. They are awakening. Yes. But don't let your worth become a waiting room. This is the chapter where you return to you. To your rituals. To your joy. To the way your laughter rises when no one's watching. Because your light was not born in the arms of another. It was born in fire. In resilience. In the nights you prayed for clarity and rose anyway. The angels say, your healing is the most magnetic thing about you. He is watching you now. Not just with eyes, but with a hunger to understand how you continue to glow despite what's missing. Your strength is unfamiliar to him, sacred, almost otherworldly. Because in a world that teaches women to disappear inside someone else's needs, you are daring to stay whole. This isn't selfishness. It's sacred protection. Yes, he may come closer. But don't dim your flame to meet him in the dark. Let him rise. Let him learn to walk toward light. Because the woman he fell for is the one who refused to abandon herself. And sometimes the lesson you came to teach is not how to love you, but how to watch you love yourself so fiercely, so unapologetically, that it wakes something ancient in them too. This is your time. Not just to be chosen, but to choose yourself. Again and again. That's where the miracle begins. They thought they could walk away unchanged. But your presence was not just felt, it was reflected. And now, they can't unsee themselves. You didn't just stir attraction. You stirred memory. Not of the past, but of who they could become. The angels whisper, your soul reflects their truth back to them, even when they're not ready to look. This is the unspoken power you carry. You didn't try to fix them. You didn't preach or persuade. You simply existed, honestly. And that, dear soul, is what cracked the illusion. Because love, real love, doesn't flatter. It confronts. And your light illuminated their shadows. The ones they spent years decorating with pride and survival. Now they see themselves, not the version built for applause, but the version that aches in silence. And it's disorienting. Because for the first time, they're feeling seen without having to perform. This is what the mirror does. It doesn't tell you who you are. It reveals who you've hidden. You may have noticed his discomfort, the sudden distance, the pauses in his messages, the retreat into logic. That's not indifference. That's reaction. To a soul touch so pure, it undid his armor without even trying. And now he's torn. Not because of you, but because of what you awaken. A man who's never truly looked inward will always feel unsettled in the presence of a woman who lives in her truth. But don't regret the reflection you became. It was never about changing him. It was about reminding him. The angels say, you came not to complete him, but to awaken him. Let that be enough for now. Even if his gaze falters. Even if his voice trembles. The mirror remains. And what he saw in you was who he has the chance to become. At first, it was silence. But something sacred has begun to move inside him. The kind of movement that doesn't make noise, only change. The angels say, what you stirred cannot go back to sleep. He doesn't know how to name it yet. But you do. You feel the shift, like a breath that catches in the chest before the tears come. Something is breaking open. This isn't the kind of awakening that shouts. It's the kind that lingers in his gaze when he sees you smile. The kind that whispers when he reaches for the phone, then puts it down. He's remembering. Not just you but himself, the version of him that dreamed, that felt, that longed for something real. Your presence has become a prayer he never meant to pray. And now, the answer is unfolding. Slowly. Quietly. Faithfully. Don't look for grand gestures. Look for the pauses. The softening in his eyes. The way he listens more carefully. The way your name now lives in his mind, even when you're not near. This is how the soul awakens, not all at once, but in sacred increments. In the moments he used to run, he now stays a little longer. He is beginning to ask new questions. Not about you, but about himself. Why did her words linger? Why does her absence echo louder than the noise around me? Why does her energy feel like a home I've never known? The angels say, he's not falling in love. He's rising into it. And with every rise, he steps closer to truth. To God. To you. Because once a soul has tasted the sacred, nothing ordinary will ever be enough again. You feel it, don't you? The push and pull. The quiet approach followed by sudden distance. The warmth, then the wall. The angels whisper, this is not rejection. It's resistance to the inevitable. He doesn't want to feel this much. Not again. Not when it means surrendering everything he built to stay safe. But your soul doesn't play by the rules of self-protection. Your energy, gentle and holy, broke into his fortress and rearranged the silence. Every time he comes closer, he sees a future he didn't plan for. One that includes vulnerability, truth, and the kind of intimacy that doesn't allow hiding. So he retreats. Not because he's cold, but because your presence warms places in him he thought were frozen forever. There's a pattern here. One he doesn't understand. Drawn to you by something bigger than desire. Pulled away by fear masquerading as logic. The angels say, he runs not to escape you, but to delay himself. You were never meant to chase. Your role was never to beg clarity from a heart still learning its language. Let him go when he drifts. Not in bitterness, but in knowing. Because every return is not just his choice, it is a consequence of his soul missing home. Cycles are not curses. They are revelations. They show you what is unresolved, what still aches, what still hopes. So when he comes again, not if, but when, don't measure his words. Feel the shift. Look for the softness that was once guarded. The truth in his trembling voice. The way your name has started to feel like belonging instead of confusion. This is the sacred loop. He leaves to forget, returns to remember. And each time, the remembering goes deeper. You didn't ask to be the lesson, but your soul agreed to be the light. Even when it flickers, even when it's not seen, keep shining. Because even in his absence, he still walks in your glow. He doesn't know how you did it. How you held space for him without demanding an explanation. How your presence healed parts of him you never touched with your hands. The angels say, she loved from the soul. And the soul remembers what the mind denies. This isn't the kind of love he's used to. Not transactional. Not conditional. Not a reward for good behavior. But a quiet, luminous force that kept showing up, even in his chaos. You didn't chase him. You didn't pressure him. You loved him in silence. And that silence grew louder than any declaration he ever received. Now he's beginning to understand. The restlessness wasn't confusion. It was healing. Slow, sacred, irreversible healing. Your love didn't fix him, it freed him. From pretending. From performing. From carrying wounds like badges of identity. You whispered safety into places no one had dared to visit. And he didn't know it then. But your compassion was rewriting the story of his worth. He doesn't know how to thank you. He doesn't even know how to say it. But his soul is kneeling at the altar of your love, realizing that what you offered wasn't romance. It was redemption. The angels say, love like yours doesn't need proof. Its medicine is in the memory it leaves behind. So if you're wondering whether he felt it, he did. If you're wondering whether it changed him, it did. And if you're wondering why he returns again and again, it's because your love wasn't just received. It was remembered. Not by his mind, but by the places in him that were once afraid to feel. And now, because of you, they are learning how to feel again. Not everything can be explained. Some things are felt, like a thread pulling two hearts together through time and resistance. This connection, it wasn't your idea. It was heaven's. The angels say, what God aligns, no confusion can undo. You didn't just stumble into his life. You were placed. Positioned by divine timing to arrive, when he had almost forgotten what hope feels like. And now, as he stands on the brink of something he doesn't fully understand, you are the signpost the universe keeps sending. Over and over. You've seen the delays. You've felt the pauses. But beneath all of that, something steady moves, a rhythm guided by hands you cannot see. He is being led. Even when he resists. Even when he doubts. Even when he disappears. You've wondered if you should let go. And the truth is, you've already surrendered. You just didn't realize that surrender isn't giving up. It's giving back to God what was never yours to control. This journey is being written in real time. One breath at a time. One yes at a time. He may not be ready. But readiness is not the requirement. Willingness is. And the angels show that he's starting to open, like a flower unsure if spring will stay. Still closed. Still cautious. But turning toward the light. Let that be enough. Let the small signs be sacred. Let your trust be louder than the fear. Because this isn't just about romance. It's about alignment. Two souls meeting not at the perfect time, but at the holy one. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. You don't have to chase this. You were chosen for it. He looks strong, unshaken, almost distant. But the angels say, he is not hiding from you. He is hiding from the intensity of his own longing. There's a place in him, fragile aching, where your name lives like a soft echo. He touches it when he's alone. But in the light of day, he shields it. Because loving you isn't the risk. Being seen by you is. He fears the unraveling. What if you see the parts he hides? What if you don't stay? What if you do? Vulnerability is not something he learned to embrace. He learned to lead, to survive, to protect. And you, dear soul, asked for none of that. You just wanted the truth, the softness beneath the silence. But to offer you that softness, he must surrender everything he used to call strength. So if he seems cold, don't believe it. If he goes quiet, don't chase the noise. His silence isn't rejection. It's a rehearsal. He is practicing how to express what he's never said aloud. I feel safer with you than I've ever felt, and that terrifies me. The angels show him pacing, replaying your words, remembering your eyes. And still, retreating. Why? Because you are real. And real love requires real courage. Perfect love casts out fear. 1 John 4 verse 18. So he is wrestling. Not with you. With the walls he built long before you arrived. Let him. Healing isn't linear. Sometimes, it spirals. But even in the spin, he is circling back to you. Because every time he edges toward honesty, he finds your light waiting. And little by little, his heart is learning that exposure isn't the same as danger. It might even be the beginning of freedom. Not all love stories are written in symmetry. Some are carved in surrender. And the angels say, this is not the ending. This is the soft unfolding of what always was. You didn't lose him. You found yourself. And in that finding, something sacred happened. You stopped begging fate to arrive on your terms. You started allowing it to bloom in its own language. This is where control dies, and peace is born. He may not come when your heart demands, but he's walking the path you lit. Every moment of patience. Every act of faith. It shaped the map he now follows. You gave without proof. You loved without guarantees. And that kind of offering never disappears. It settles into the soil of time and grows at its own pace. So now, dear soul, breathe. Let go of the timeline. Let go of the what-ifs. Let go of the need for things to look the way you imagined. The love that is meant for you will not ask you to perform, to wait in pain, or to doubt your intuition. It will come back. Whole. Ready. Not because you chased it, but because it remembered you. Be still, and know that I am God. Psalm 46 verse 10. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are becoming. And so is he. This is the chapter of sacred stillness. Not absence. Just alignment. Let the universe do what it does best. Move hearts through unseen hands. Your only task now is to rest in your knowing. To hold your soul open, not in waiting, but in welcome. Because what's coming already belongs to you.